though you wore a mellow dress and grinned at lines inside a book, I felt the world tilt under me, yet told my heart it was the light. We wandered down the riverside. You caught a feather, held it up. I said that it was likely crows, when what I meant was, it was yours. Could this be sorcery, what I felt, or just a moment I mistook? I told myself it wasn't true and shut the door before I looked. Then winter hit and you were gone. Another skyline, altered name. I found that feather in my coat and learned too late what never came. Could this be sorcery, what I felt, or just a moment I mistook? I told myself it wasn't true and shut the door before I looked. They say that love declares itself with thunder and with blinding light, but mine came hush and left the same. A candle, not a fire, that night. It was sorcery, what I felt. I see it now for what it was. But sorcery won't wait for doubt. It only comes and goes. The outlook read awaited sprinkles late into the night, and somehow in the wording drew me in without a map to the evening we'd both misplaced our own goodbye in sight, and kept a narrow entry waiting for the cloud to clap. We didn't own an overcoat or any need to stay, but neither of us stirred until the dim had drifted away. The dust perfume in that small entry years ago, when all we had was cover and a while warm and low. The shimmer on the sidewalk caught the glow and caught your face. The dust perfume still hangs in that same place. Now every scent becomes that entry and that evening soon. The hush of it along the pane is you beside me still. my eyes and find the pressure, and I find the tune of streetlight on a quieter lane, and you along this hill. I've grown to trust the twilight for the way it keeps the past, a breeze that can return you to the corners made to last. The dusk perfume in that small entry years ago, when all we had was cover and a while warm and low. The shimmer on the sidewalk caught the glow and caught your face. The dust perfume still hangs in that same place. I leave my collar open when the air begins to gray. The dust perfume still finding me today. There was a season, half recalled now, when everything felt slow and oddly sheer. You'd ring on Tuesday evenings just to speak, and I'd stay on the line for hours here. I sold myself, it wasn't anything, just two old souls against the turning year. Nearly like falling in love, nearly but not quite. I held the feeling at arm's length and lost it overnight. You smiled a certain way when I was wired, and sent me tea without me asking twice. I filed away these things as friendship only, not seeing sweetness has another price. I sold myself, it wasn't anything, and trusted it just enough to let you go. Nearly like falling in love, nearly but not quite. I held the feeling at arm's length and lost it overnight. Now I understand the word nearly, how it hides a world inside its mouth. Nearly is the loneliest word I know, a compass pointing permanent south. Nearly like falling in love, nearly, and that was all. I watered fear instead of faith, and watch them nearly fall. There was a time the water moved too quick, and I was posted on a brittle edge. You didn't toss a line or call out danger. You simply stepped right through and held my wrist. I never pressed you how you found the balance on waves that drag down tougher hearts than mine. You only said that you had stood there also, and that was all the truth that I required. You when I had no access. You were the hush in everything that shook. I didn't grasp how much a soul is valued until I learned the cost of being searched for. The current's gentle now, the shore turns steady. I pace it sometimes in the later light, and every brick that carries any burden recalls to me what it was like not alone. You were the passage when I had no access. You were the hush in everything that shook. I didn't grasp how much a soul is valued until I learned the cost of being searched for. Where are you now? I'm asking. In what town? At what candle it said? I hope someone is laying paths for you, the way you laid for me without regret. Passage, and I have never quit. Staying thankful for the transit. Staying thankful for the transit. When the dark gets drawn and hollow, and the bricks have read your tears, when the line feels like a boulder and the hush goes for your ears, you don't have to chase the verbs Just say the sign and I'll be near. You've got a pal in me, not the type that keeps a tally, not the sort that needs a season, just the kind that's always steady on the other end of nowhere. You've got a pal. When the lane you chose turns arrow and the chart you held runs out, when the gaze you meet in windows holds a shadow full of doubt, you don't have to have it lettered. Just say the sign and I'll be near. You've got a pal in me, not the type that keeps the tally, not the sort that needs a season, just the kind that's always steady on the other end of nowhere. You've got a pal. We've grown worn in distant rooms, different cold fronts, different views, but the piece of me that knows you is the piece that never moved. You've got a pal in me, older now but still as ready, still the same on any evening. When the world forgets to be kind on the other end of somewhere, you've got a pal. We never called it anything at all. We only lent it Saturdays and Tide, a corner by the glass in that old spot where no one who'd clocked us ever dined. You'd lean across to slide the salt aside, emotion plain and everyday warm. I'd trace your wrists and drift to other worlds, then drift to nothing solid anymore. Not my love, you swore it was, not exactly what I thought, but something breathed in every in-between that neither of us priced or bought. When you wed in that pale early autumn, I pressed my sleeve against the garden wall. I told myself I was glad for you, and mostly I was nearly mostly all. Not my love, you swore it exactly what I thought, but something breathed in every in-between that neither of us priced or bought. Hide inside the salt in the window, the coat I wore pressed tight against the rest. Not my love, and still it was the realest thing I couldn't claim. It lived between the lines we never crossed, and called itself by neither of our names. The boughs began to shift around the time we paused to talk. Our phrases grew much briefer as the evenings came in cold. We traced the same old route, but somehow couldn't share the walk. And harvest drifted through us like a storyline grown old. Harvest between us, gilded and undone. The weather swung before we knew the damage had been done. We watched the same dusk redden from our separate window panes. Harvest between us, falling into different by mid-fall we had learned to sleep on opposite sides and rise to separate mornings in the same shared room. The silence grew with such precision, steady as the tides, and neither one of us could name the moment or the whom. I wonder if there was a single afternoon we missed, a confession that might have altered all of this. Some ordinary Tuesday when the coffee tasted right before the weather shifted and we lost the amber light. Harvest between us, neither wrong nor right, just two lovers standing at the ending of the light. The bells came down so softly that we barely heard the fall. Harvest between just in case I ever read them on a later road. I've been saving aside time to leave a little light in the corners of my mind. All I wanna do is find a last ride back on rails. I can't make it through without a last ride back on rails. I've been waiting but the streetlights fade to cyan. I've been tracing but I still don't read the line. I know that it's out there, there's gotta be something for my soul sometime. I've been wishing for a voice to cut the night, not somebody just to get me past the night. I could use some compassion, and I'm open to your reflections. All I wanna do is find a last ride back on rails. I can't make it through without a last ride back on rails. There are seconds when I don't know if it's right, or if anybody remembers what we liked. I need ignition, not just another revision. All I wanna do is find a last ride back on rails. I can't make it through without a last ride back on rails. And if I crack my world to you, I'm hoping you'll show me what we knew. And if you pull me to start again, you know that I'll be there for you at journey's end. The mist had finally slipped away, leaving shimmer on the ground. I paced the patio by myself without a single sound. The petals leaned beneath the light, dotted in tiny drops, and everyone recalled to me of things we couldn't stop. Roses after rain, clinging to another day, like the lines we never spoke and the plans that drifted away. Roses after rain, glowing where the blue remains. Some hearts never truly go, they only gray. Chosen chairs waiting there beside the slender path. I nearly turned to say your name like I used to in the past. The years have mellowed many things, the fire and the strain, but certain echoes still come back like roses after rain. Days can carry people far beyond the streets we knew, yet everywhere lives. I chose the farther path today to stay away from there, the lane where all the boarded stores recall what we became. The flagstones still retain the cut of our September flare, and fall can make the whole cartography feel same. The road we won't return again still hangs under the rain. The canopies note intervals between our thrill and strain. I sketch it on the metro chart but keep my steps away. The road we won't return again is where I drift today. That small cafe place by mishap late one night, and made it ours by coming back more times than I can count. The corner booth caught neon light at almost perfect right, and everything felt steady like a canyon with its mount. Some corners turned to holy ground, not for their bricks but who was breathing next to you inside the everyday in view. The road we won't return again still keeps the twilight air, the neon on the flagstones, your smile, your voice, your hair. I'll take the farther path until the weather makes me brave. The road we won't return again, the days I couldn't save. We sparked a memory in the hue of lavender sweater, a harmony that neither of us quite knew how to weather. You'd hum the overture and I'd attempt the afterglow, and somewhere in the center all our frequencies would flow. We laid it on tabletop like a postcard half exposed, and named it incomplete rather than admitting it was froze. A tune left uncompleted on the edge of something near, the lane we never wandered through, the refrain we couldn't hear. I play the opening fragments on the nights the stillness stings, a tune left uncompleted and the hush it always brings. That lavender sweater's folded in the drawer beneath the stairs. The threadbare seams we traced are soft and nearly worn away, but I can still feel both of us negotiating airs and arguing about the slowdown on a rainy afternoon day. A tune left uncompleted on the edge of something near the lane we never wandered through, the refrain we couldn't hear. I'd play the opening fragments on the nights the stillness stings, the tune left uncompleted and the hush it always brings. I'll keep the knit inside the drawer and sometimes hum the start, a tune left uncompleted, living on inside my heart. If you could scan my thoughts, my love, you'd meet a space I kept unshown, where all the lines I tried to say lie stacked like notes still never sent. I saw you there across the table, your latte fading in your hand. I cracked my lips 100 times, then choked back what you'd comprehend. If you could scan my thoughts, you'd sense I loved you from the start. Not with the lines I couldn't shape, but with the hush of all these years. The fall you left for another town, I stayed outside and traced your light. I should have knocked, I should have called. Instead I walked back through the night. If you could scan my thoughts, you'd sense I loved you from the start. Not with the lines I couldn't shape, but with the hush of all these years. Some people talk in sparks and storms. I only learned to stay and wait. By the time I dared to say your name, the weather had already changed. If you could scan my thoughts, my love, you'd catch me there still by the door, still holding lines I never said, still loving you, still keeping score. missed you so. Like when a latch clicks closed and stays, but then a track played on the radio, and all that time slid back in place. I've grown to breathe without your name, to dine for one and dream alone. Yet in the drawer beside my bed, there's still a picture I call home. The spark was never drowned out, only hidden, held below. In every place I've lived since then, a faint heat you may never know. I found your pen stroke late last week on a note inside an old coat sleeve. My palms recalled before my mind the way your ink would almost breathe. The spark was never drowned out, only hidden, held below. In every place I've lived since then, a faint heat you may never know. I'm not hoping I need you to know I've shaped a life in the silent space. But there are nights the ember wakes up and draws the contour of your face. The spark was never drowned out, it only learned to live small. Not enough to blaze, not enough to show, just enough to recall. That April you wore a mellow dress and grinned at lines inside a book. I felt the world tilt under me, yet told my heart it was the light. We wandered down the riverside, you caught a feather, held it up. I said that it was likely crows, when what I meant was, it was yours. Could this be sorcery, what I felt, or just a moment I mistook? I told myself it wasn't true and shut the door before I looked. Then winter hit and you were gone. Another skyline, altered name. I found that feather in my coat and learned too late what never came. Could this be sorcery, what I felt, or just a moment I mistook? I told myself it wasn't true and shut the door before I looked. They say that love declares itself with thunder and with blinding light, but mine came hush and left the same. A candle, not a fire, that night. It was sorcery, what I felt. I see it now for what it was. But sorcery won't wait for doubt. It only comes and goes. The outlook red awaited sprinkles late into the night, and somehow in the wording drew me in without a map to the evening we'd both misplaced our own goodbye in sight, and kept a narrow entry waiting for the cloud to clap. We didn't own an overcoat or any need to stay, but neither of us stirred until the dim had drifted away. The dust perfume in that small entry years ago, cover and a while warm and low. The shimmer on the sidewalk caught the glow and caught your face. The dust perfume still hangs in that same place. Now every scent becomes that entry and that evening soon. The hush of it along the pane is you beside me still. I shut my eyes and find the pressure, and I find the tune of streetlight on a quieter lane and you along the sill. I've grown to trust the twilight for the way it keeps the past, a breeze that can return you to the corners made to last. The dusk perfume in that small entry years ago. When all we had was cover and a to gray, the dust perfume still finding me today. There was a season, half recalled now, when everything felt slow and oddly sheer. You'd ring on Tuesday evenings just to speak, and I'd stay on the line for hours here. I sold myself, it wasn't anything, just two old souls against the turning year. Nearly like falling in love, nearly but not quite. I held the feeling at arm's length and lost it overnight. He smiled a certain way when I was wired, and sent me tea without me asking twice. I filed away these things as friendship only, not seeing sweetness has another price. I sold myself, it wasn't anything, and trusted it just enough to let you go. Nearly like falling in love, nearly but not quite. I held the feeling at arm's length and lost it overnight. Now I understand the word nearly, how it hides a world inside its mouth. Nearly is the loneliest word I know, a compass pointing permanent south. Nearly like falling in love, nearly, and that was all. I watered fear instead of faith, and watched the nearly fall. There was a time the water moved too quick, and I was posted on a brittle edge. You didn't toss a line or call out danger, you simply stepped right through and held my wrist. I never pressed you how you found the balance on waves that drag down tougher hearts than mine. You only said that you had stood there also, and that was all the truth that I required. You were the passage when I had no access. You were the hush in everything that shook. I didn't grasp how much a soul is valued until I learned the cost of being searched for. The current's gentle now, the shore turns steady. I pace it sometimes in the later light, and every brick that carries any burden recalls to me what it was like not alone. You were the passage when I had no access. You were the hush in everything that shook. I didn't grasp how much a soul is valued until I learned the cost of being searched for. Where are you now? I'm asking. In what town? At what candle it said? I hope someone is laying paths for you the way you laid for me without regret. You were the passage, and I have never quit. Staying thankful for the transit. Staying thankful for the transit. When the dark gets strong and hollow, and the bricks have read your tears, when the line feels like a boulder, and the hush goes for your ears, you don't have to chase the verbs. Just say the sign and I'll be near. You've got a pal in me, not the type that keeps a tally, not the sort that needs a season, just the kind that's always steady on the other end of nowhere. You've got a pal. Chose turns arrow, and the chart you held runs out. When the gaze you meet in windows holds a shadow full of doubt, you don't have to have it lettered. Just say the sign and I'll be near. You've not the type that keeps the tally, not the sort that needs a season, just the kind that's always steady on the other end of nowhere. You've got a pal. We've grown worn in distant rooms, different cold fronts, different views, but the piece of me that knows you is the piece that never moved. You've got a pal in me, older now but still as ready, still the same on any evening when the world forgets to be kind on the other end of somewhere. You've got a pal. We never called it anything at all. We only lent it Saturdays and Tide, a corner by the glass in that old spot where no one who'd clocked us ever dined. You'd lean across to slide the salt aside, emotion plain and everyday warm. I'd trace your wrists and drift to other worlds, then drift to nothing solid anymore. Not my love, you swore it was, not exactly what I thought, but something breathed in every in-between that neither of us priced or bought. When you wed in that pale early autumn, I pressed my sleeve against the garden wall. I told myself I was glad for you, and mostly I was nearly mostly all. Not my love, you swore it was, not exactly what I thought, but something breathed in every in-between that neither of us priced or bought. Hide inside the salt in the window, the coat I wore pressed tight against the rest. Not my love, and still it was the realest thing I couldn't claim. It lived between the lines we never crossed, and called itself by neither of our names. The boughs began to shift around the time we paused to talk. Our phrases grew much briefer as the evenings came in cold. We traced the same old route, but somehow couldn't share the walk. And harvest drifted through us like a storyline grown old. Harvest between us, gilded and undone. The weather swung before we knew the damage had been done. We watched the same dusk redden from our separate window panes. Harvest between us, falling into different lanes. By mid-fall we had learned to sleep on opposite sides and rise to separate mornings in the same shared room. The silence grew with such precision, steady as the tides, and neither one of us could name the moment or the whom. I wonder if there was a single afternoon we missed, a confession that might have altered all of this. Some ordinary Tuesday when the coffee tasted right before the weather shifted and we lost the amber light. Harvest between us, neither wrong nor right, just two lovers standing at the ending of the light. The bells came down so softly that we barely heard the fall. Harvest between us, and forever after all. I've been riding with a window overhead. I've been dreaming with a town above my head. I've been missing you so long, stuck in the rewinds, I just can't seem to move along. I've been keeping all my maps and stories stowed, just in case I ever read them on a later road. I've been saving aside time to leave a little light in the corners of my mind. All I wanna do is find a last ride back on rails. I can make it through call sometime. I've been wishing for a voice to cut the night, not somebody just to get me past the night. I could use some compassion, and I'm open to your reflections. All I wanna do is find a last ride back on rails. I can't make it through without a last ride back on rails. There are seconds when I don't know if it's right, or if anybody remembers what we liked. I need ignition, not just another revision. All I wanna do is find a last ride back on rails. I can't make it through without a last ride back on rails. And if I crack my world to you, I'm hoping you'll show me what we knew. And if you pull me to start again, you know that I'll be there for you at journey's end. The mist had finally slipped away, leaving shimmer on the ground. I paced the patio by myself without a single sound. The petals leaned beneath the light, dotted in tiny drops, and everyone recalled to me of things we couldn't stop. Roses after rain, clinging to another day, like the lines we never spoke and the plans that drifted away. Roses after rain, glowing where the blue remains. Some hearts never truly go, they only gray. Chosen chairs waiting there beside the slender path. I nearly turned to say your name like I used to in the past. The years have mellowed many things, the fire and the strain, but certain echoes still come back like roses after rain. Can carry people far beyond the streets we knew, yet every weather finds a way to pull me back to you. Roses after rain, brightening in amber glow, like a picture inside my heart, too priceless to let go. After rain, soft as all the years slide by, still I feel your tender smile whenever spring arrives. chose the farther path today to stay away from there, the lane where all the boarded stores recall what we became. The flagstones still retain the cut of our September flare, and fall can make the whole cartography feel same. The road we won't return again still hangs under the rain. The canopies note intervals between our thrill and strain. I sketch it on the metro chart, but keep my steps away. The road we won't return again is where I drift today. We met that small cafe place by mishap late one night, and made it ours by coming back more times than I can count. The corner booth caught neon light at almost perfect right, and everything felt steady like a canyon with its mount. Some corners turned to holy ground, not for their bricks, but who was breathing next to you inside the everyday in view. The road we won't return again still keeps the twilight air, the neon on the flagstones, your smile, your voice, your hair. I'll take the farther path until the weather makes me brave. The road we won't return again, the days I couldn't save. We sparked a memory in the hue of lavender sweater, a harmony that neither of us quite knew how to weather. You'd hum the overture, and I'd attempt the afterglow, and somewhere in the center all our frequencies would flow. We laid it on tabletop like a postcard half exposed, and named it incomplete rather than admitting it was froze. A tune left uncompleted on the edge of something near, the lane we never wandered through, the refrain we couldn't hear. I play the opening fragments on the nights the stillness stings, a tune left uncompleted, and the hush it always brings. That lavender sweater's folded in the drawer beneath the stairs. The threadbare seams we traced are soft and nearly worn away, but I can still feel both of us negotiating airs and arguing about the slowdown on a rainy afternoon day. A tune left uncompleted on the edge of something near, the lane we never wandered through, the refrain we couldn't hear. I play the opening fragments on the nights the stillness stings, a tune left living on inside my heart. If you could scan my thoughts, my love, you'd meet a space I kept unshown, where all the lines I tried to say lie stacked like notes still never sent. I saw you there across the table, your latte fading in your hand. I cracked my lips 100 times, then choked back what you'd comprehend. If you could scan since I loved you from the start, not with the lines I couldn't shape, but with the hush of all these years. The fall you left for another town, I stayed outside and traced your light. I should have knocked, I should have called. Instead I walked back through the night. If you could scan my thoughts, you'd sense I loved you from the start, not with the lines I couldn't shape, but with the hush of all these years. Some people talk in sparks and storms. I only learned to stay and wait. By the time I dared to say your name, the weather had already changed. If you could scan my thoughts, my love, you'd catch me there still by the door, still holding lines I never said, still loving you, still keeping score. I swore that I'd erased you so, like when a latch clicks closed and stays. But then a track played on the radio, and all that time slid back in place. I've grown to breathe without your name, to dine for one and dream alone. Yet in the drawer beside my bed, there's still a picture I call home. The spark was never drowned out, only hidden, held below. In every every place I've lived since then, a faint heat you may never know. I found your pen stroke late last week on a note inside an old coat sleeve. My palms recalled before my mind the way your ink would almost breathe. The spark was never drowned out, only hidden, held below. In every place I've lived since then, a faint heat you may never know. I've shaped a life in the silent space, but there are nights the ember wakes up and draws the contour of your face. The spark was never drowned out, it only learned to live small. Not enough to blaze, not enough to show, just enough to